Hey, it's Jung. I've got another movement of the day for you. Today's mod is episode 5050, and it's going to be a combo, sort of a combo move. We're going to take these distinct exercise, which is called the standing pullover exercise, and it looks like this with a weight, okay? And around, and we're going to at the top here add an overhead extension. So it's a standing pullover with overhead extension, and I like this one, and this is very interesting because of the multiple benefits, but how we could scale this for someone who doesn't want to use or can't use a heavy weight. So we could go very light on this and go as heavy as you're able to on this, and you end up having different focus. So on the lower side, we have a lot of mind-body connection work, and then on the heavier side, it turns into basically a standing ab, glute, arm, lat exercise. It's a huge strengthener, okay? So the benefits of doing this move, one of the first or the best or my favorite is that we're learning to control our rib cage. So controlling our rib cage, I've spoken about a lot in the sense of having that if posture, that ideal form posture, your ready posture, your starting posture, where you have your rib cage slightly lifted, okay? So that your breathing is not at all constricted. You're breathing not only up, but out towards your rib cage, and you're preventing this motion of lifting your rib cage. I'm actually lifted right now as we speak, but we're not lifting it to the point where we're puffing out, arching, scrunching, okay? Now we're going to also focus on learning to control our rib cage in the motion of keeping it down, okay? And whereas arching it up and puffing out your chest, you created that arch in the back. If you don't know how to control your rib cage down, then you end up thinking you're pressing it down and rounding through, or pooching out, or doing funny things. But if you're able to control the rib cage up or down, and these are micro movements, you know, it's going to really help give us our abs the chance to engage in order to help support our spine in neutral, so that we're not letting this spine get tweaked whenever we do any of these exercises. So that's my favorite benefit. The other benefit that's also very important is that every day we should be doing something, be it a minute, 2 minutes, to counteract our forward posture, our internally rotated shoulder stance. Now, that is just the way we're built. So we need to do something to reverse that. So usually we have moves of externally rotated shoulders, so the face pulls, or where we're working our shoulders to go back, or our shoulder blades to press together in the back, so the halos. And this is a great one as a precursor to the halo, which is another reason why I like this. But in this case, even though we're actually going to be, this is a movement where we're kind of in internal rotation, still it has that component where our arms are going behind us. So anytime we have an opportunity to work where our limbs are going behind us, that counts as counteracting our forward posture. So that's also a bonus. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate first with a, I almost tripped and died. All right. I'm going to demonstrate first with a very lightweight. This is my 5-pound weight. So if you want to use a water bottle, even the longer ones, it's kind of more this. So at the lighter weight portion, it's not about the weight at all. It's just having a fixed point to help you engage. So you don't want a death grip, you want more of a pressing in. So the starting position is where we're holding the weight here in front, 90-90. Okay, so the importance of this 90-90 is that we have our elbows right in line with our rib cage. That allows us to squeeze into the rib cage and engage our lats, because that's where this movement, the initial movement, will originate from. We also don't want to have this weight, if we break out a 90-90 and our elbows go back, which also means our weight is coming in front of us. As we then pull this weight up, we're going to bonk ourselves in the head. So we don't want to do that. So engage everything, like I said, in the starting position. Your rib cage is nice and in the lifted position, okay? You engage through your ribs, your lats, your glutes, your abs, and then we're going to arc this weight up, okay? We're gonna arc this weight up, and as it comes behind us, don't let your rib cage go up higher, okay? So there's a difference when I say if position of having a lifted rib cage, okay, to where the rib cage will actually move because of the movement that you're doing. Don't let it do that. You're going to fight that rib cage coming up by trying to press it down, okay? And then as this weight comes behind you, keeping your elbows close as possible, see if you could get to the point where you could touch that weight down. That would be the goal, okay? And then, even though we often hear the cue of, oh no, when you do like a tricep extension, you got to keep your elbow close to your ear. If someone has a build where they have very wide shoulders and lats, it's not a mobility issue in terms of their joints not working right. Physically, they're way out here, so they can't get their elbow up next to the ear. So instead, what we want to cue is once you're back here, just try, wherever you are, just try to squeeze your arms into your skull. So make sure you're able to at least touch. Give it a little squeeze, okay? And then now we're going to work our overhead extension. Here, you could let your rib cage come up, okay? Lift it up as high as you could go, so you could lift your arms as high as you could go, okay? And then, as you bring that back down, let the rib cage fall down again, and as that weight comes and reverses the arc, okay, let that rib cage down. Okay, so what we don't want, okay, let me show you one time in real time, okay? So, and by the way, if I look tired, it's because I am tired and I don't have a lot of flexibility right now. I mean, in general, so not only because of maybe my recent workouts, but just in general. So it might not look as pretty as hopefully you could get it, but basically, in real time, you would go from here, arc it up, I'm engaging through everything, okay? And I'm thinking it through, or trying. And then from here, I'm going to reverse it down, okay? So even if you're doing it without the pauses, this is not, you can only go as fast as, you could go, right? Because it's got multiple movements. Now I'm going to show you, or attempt to show you, why this turns into a ab exercise when you go higher with the weight. So this is my 20-pound kettlebell. And well, first of all, I mean, just holding the heavier weight and you're holding it out here is going to require more strength, but it's also good in forcing you to engage a lot more in order to keep neutral, but it's also going to work your strength as well. So that's fine. But what happens here with the higher weight, once you get back here, okay, if you don't have enough strength in your abs and your glutes, there's a tendency where this weight drops behind you and you arch, right? You let that weight come back instead of being able to hold your body in a straight line by using your abs and your glutes, okay? So this is where it turns into a really nice strengthening exercise for the abs and the glutes as well. All right, so give it a go. It's an interesting one. It's got a lot of benefits. Like I said, it's also a precursor to one of my favorite ones, which is the halo, which I will present soon. So give it a go. This is Jen signing off, reminding you to start where you are, do what you can, use what you have, and move something.